Hey, what's up guys, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansg08 here, and I'm going to do a little hangout video for you guys because it's been a little while since I last done one. Recently it's been crazy in terms of work. It's been really busy, but since I got into the whole MGS5 thing and that game proved to be so long, it's been a mad rush between work and YouTube. I haven't had too much time for social stuff recently. I've spent most of my free time just trying to catch up with YouTube and try and get Metal Gear Solid 5 finished. And in the meantime, I threw in another couple of little videos while I was there as well, the 20 things you didn't know about Final Fantasy X and that kind of thing. So you can tell from my hair's an indicator of how crazy things are going right now. But yeah, it's been good. Work's been going all right. And YouTube, hopefully, it's another little mini milestone for me, which I'll kind of mention in a little bit. So yeah, as I've been saying, you guys will know I've been playing a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5. I've been uploading a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5. I didn't realise it was going to be such a long playthrough, but I don't really have much choice. It's a game that I really wanted to play, and you know, overall, even though I was disappointed a little bit with the game, I mean, it was still a pretty decent experience, and at least now I have everything recorded and edited and ready to go. But it's just going to take me a while to upload all of those final episodes because of my internet, and obviously I don't want to upload too many things at once. So for the next few weeks, I think I probably still have at least maybe 20 episodes, 30, maybe a little bit more. So there's still a lot of MGS5 to go. So for those of you guys that aren't too interested in Metal Gear Solid 5 and you're like, he's constantly uploading Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm going to do my best to start up a new series as soon as possible. So at the start of November, like 2 weeks ago, my contract with my previous network finished, and I've been kind of hunting around for something new. I've been looking for a better contract with YouTube, and I ended up signing a contract with Machinima, which those of you guys that know about YouTube and networks and all that kind of stuff will know. They're kind of one of the oldest networks and one of the biggest ones, especially for video gamers. It's kind of, basically for me, it seems like it's the place to be. And they offered me some nice perks of being a network partner with them. And so far I've been very happy with how things are going. And from what I understand, one of the biggest perks that I have now is that before, you'll know, especially if you follow me on Twitter, because I share stuff on Twitter a lot, you'll know that I have problems with copyright every now and again. So, you know, Konami and Square Enix are the biggest offenders, which unfortunately makes up most of my channel. And every now and again, I mean, in the last 2 years I've had over 250 content ID claims, all of which I ended up kind of disputing and sorting out in the end, but it's a long process. It costs revenue, it costs time, and all this kind of stuff, so it's just not an ideal position to be in, and it stops me from being able to upload certain series. So now I'm in a situation where I'm kind of exempt from content ID, and this means that I'll be able to upload some stuff that I wasn't able to upload before. So what does this mean? This means Final Fantasy 13 is now an option for me. So you're going to say, well, you've got tons of Final Fantasy 13 videos, why did you have a problem with it previously? From what I understand, a lot of my Final Fantasy 13 videos that were up previously, I ended up having to content ID dispute them anyway. But at the time when I actually uploaded them, there didn't seem to be as many issues, so I managed to upload them without a problem. It was only later on that I got, you know, problems where I had to go and dispute every single one. But if I was to try and upload a playthrough of Final Fantasy 13 now, if I wasn't with this current network, then every single episode pretty much would have a content ID claim, and that's just not it's just not a viable option for me. So now Final Fantasy 13 is an option for me, and I am now able to upload a walkthrough of that. So Final Fantasy 13 is a game that I used to know pretty well. I mean, I was one of the first people on YouTube to upload, there's like 64 Seath Stone missions, and I did those during Chapter 11. So in Chapter 11 you can only level your characters up to a certain amount, and all the videos I'd seen up till that point, they were all kind of with max stats. So at that time I was pretty well kind of versed in the game, and I was able to do some pretty good things. So now I don't remember too much from it anymore, but I'm hoping that it won't be like Type 0 where I don't have a clue about what's going on. So my plan is to kind of ask you guys what you think, because now I've kind of decided that maybe I should start streaming every now and again. Some of you guys might have caught a test stream that I did like a couple of weeks ago, like last week, with Final Fantasy X-2, which is something I'm also going to upload. But for now, the question that I want to ask you guys is, would you like to see a Final Fantasy 13 walkthrough or a Final Fantasy 9 walkthrough? Final Fantasy 9 I've never played before. I played like 3 hours of it or something. I kind of got it on my PSP a long time ago, and I started playing it, and again, because I'm more of a modern age Final Fantasy player, it's difficult for me to go back to the old ones and play through them, but I always hear very good things about 9, and I've wanted to play through it. So I'm thinking a good compromise may be that I'll play through, I'll upload onto the channel the one that you guys pick, and the other one I might just stream when I have some free time. When I can't be bothered to you know, edit or do anything like that, I'll just stream it whenever I feel like it. So that way you might get the best of both worlds. So Final Fantasy 13, I might upload it to the channel as I usually do, kind of edited videos, kind of nice quality, you know, visually, audio, editing, all that kind of stuff. And the other one is going to be much more rough, kind of, I'll just get like a headset that works with the streaming thing, and I'll just stream Final Fantasy 9 and just play it whenever I feel like it, with no real kind of quality control or kind of, you know, agenda or anything like that. So if you guys think that might be a good option, let me know. So I'm also going to be playing through the Via Infinito as well on Final Fantasy X-2. That was one thing that I said I'd probably try and do. And a year later, I managed to transfer my PS3 save over to my PS4, because my PS3 is back in the UK. But I got my sister to help me, and she transferred it over to the PS4 with my help. So yeah, Final Fantasy X-2, I'm going to try and complete the Via Infinito, and I'll upload those final few episodes as well. So that'll be that. So in terms of what's coming up next, it's going to be Final Fantasy X-2, just a few episodes, maybe 4 or 5, maybe a little bit more. Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy or Final Fantasy 9, perhaps both, depending on what your response is. Once Metal Gear Solid 5 is done, I don't want to get too cluttered and have too many series going on at once. I'll probably try and dive into Bioshock 2, because I want to kind of have the Bioshock series completed on the channel as well, because I've got Infinite and I've got Bioshock 1, but I don't have Bioshock 2, so I want to get that done as well. And other than that, I mean, it's November, it's coming up to the end of November. I think Uncharted drops in like March, and by the time I'm kind of fully on the way and done with those, it's going to be Uncharted time. So I'm going to try my best to get in early with Uncharted and not kind of upload it a month after everyone else like I tend to do with the other stuff. So yeah, we've got some good stuff to look forward to next year. Even though Metal Gear Solid 5 was a little bit of a disappointment for me, I'm hoping Uncharted's going to be awesome. I have really high hopes for that. And maybe Final Fantasy 15, I don't know when that's exactly going to be out. I think it still says 2016, but we will have to see. So yeah, that is all I have. I guess since the last time I did a hangout, I also got myself a cat, so I'll show you guys the cat as well. I kind of put her to one side so she doesn't like mess around with the camera. So here is my cat. She is called Misket, and even though Misket sounds like Miss Cat with a really dodgy accent, it's actually it means marble in Turkish. And she was just sleeping a minute ago, so she's a little bit drowsy right now. But she's still a kitten, she's only 4 months old. But I kind of wanted a little kind of extra bit of energy in the house because I live alone. So when you're kind of alone in Istanbul, it's nice to have some companionship every now and again. And she's been a good addition to the house. So yeah. My dog's going to be a little bit jealous. If you watch my hangout in which I showed my dog, she's probably going to be a little bit jealous. But she's back in the UK, so once you get used to having a pet at home, it's kind of, you miss it. So I decided to get myself a pet, and because dogs are kind of harder to look after, cats are much easier to look after, especially if you live in an apartment block like I do. That's why I decided to go for a cat. And here she is.